Alright, what's good, y'all? I'm gonna show y'all how to replace the rear master cylinder, the fluid reservoir, and change your brakes. So this is the tools you're gonna need. You're gonna need a 10mm wrench, a 12mm wrench, a 5 one of these, I don't know what the hell this is called, and you can use a socket or you can use your wrench, but I'm just gonna use a socket for some other parts of this. So the first thing you're gonna do, we're gonna take this out of the brake lever. So you're gonna need your 10 on the top, 12 on the bottom. Break this jam nut loose. And there's a nut in there. Make sure you catch the nut before it falls when you twist it out. Or just let it fall. So now that it's loose, you're gonna take your 5 one of these and loosen these bolts up. Alright, now that it's loose, you can pull your master cylinder out of that, and it should be hanging like this. Alright, I forgot to say you needed these, but you need these. If you got like a bucket or something to catch a little bit of brake fluid that's gonna come out, you're just gonna pinch this and pull the line off. Then you're going to use your 12mm wrench or socket and take the brake line off. And now you have this thing off. You can just put this to the side. And now we're basically going to do everything in reverse. We're going to put this brand new OEM one on. We're going to take off this bottom nut and get it ready to go in the brake lever. So the brand new OEM one is going to come with an extra one of these. I'm not going to take it off because I don't have another cotter pin and I don't really mind. So I'm just going to stick this in there and then put the nut back on the bottom. So you don't have to spin it all the way down or anything. You just want to make sure the nut has a little bit of you know, a couple threads showing, and then you could just spin this one down to lock it a little bit. I'll adjust it later after I put it all the way on, but I'm just gonna have it like that for right now. And now you basically just want to reassemble everything so it goes on like this. All you want to do is put the brake light on right there and then put the hose on right there. Alright, now that I got both lines on, just make sure your clamp is correct and it's tight and everything's good, and then you're ready to bolt it back up. Now I've already shown how to adjust this, and it's pretty easy. Just take your 10 and clockwise to make the lever go down, counterclockwise to make your lever go up, and then lock your jam nut with the 12mm. It's pretty easy. Now this is how you take the reservoir off. You just take a Phillips head. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just take a Phillips head, take your clip off, and then it's off. I'm just gonna check mine, clean it out, make sure everything is good inside of there, and I might throw a new one on there if I decide to replace it. Alright, and now to change your brakes, you're gonna need a 12mm socket or wrench, and you're gonna need one of these what are they called, lockjaw pliers or whatever, and a C-clamp. First, you're gonna want to take the brakes off. 112 right here, 112 right here. Alright, so now that I got the brake off, you're going to want to take these 2 locking tabs off. So just push them back and then take these 2 12mm bolts off. Yeah, so these brakes were bad. This side wasn't too bad. Now take your C-clamp and compress the piston back in. Now take your 2 pads and put the clip on the back one, just like this. It just clips right on there. Line the hose up, just like that. Put them together. Put them in the piston. Now here's what you have to do. You got to stick a flathead or something in there just to spread the pads apart so that you can get the it on the rotor. Now make sure everything fits. It fits. You can go ahead and bolt it back up. Now that everything's bolted up, bend your locking tabs over and you're done. Okay, so now that I got new brake pads and a new master cylinder, I need to bleed my brakes. And this is me bleeding my brakes from 0. There's nothing in there. Now you have to bleed your brakes normally if you start feeling them get really squishy. Like I'm pressing the brake lever right now and it's not doing anything. You can't see that moving at all. You know, I can roll the bike, it won't stop the bike. So bleeding the brakes is easy. Add fluid, crack this open with the 8mm and pump in the brakes. That's all you have to do. So I'm gonna add fluid in here. I'm gonna pump the brakes as many times as you want. 7, 8, 9 times should be good. Hold them. Then I'll take my 8mm, crack it open, close it. After you've opened and closed the bleeder a few times, you'll start feeling pressure. You'll start seeing this get lower and lower. Just make sure you don't let air get into this. If this runs dry, you have to restart. All right, now that I'm done with that, I'm just gonna put my cap back on. All right, so everything we just did, changed our rear master cylinder, cleaned our brake reservoir, changed our brakes, and bled our brakes.